back again for another video. And in this video, we'll be continuing where we left off, and we're just gonna objectify the code, the networking code in this video. As you can see, we still have everything here in the main function, and that is just not, and it has our main function pretty big, the main file. So I'm just gonna add a networking class and networking.cpp file. So, and it's going to replace pretty much everything here. In fact, it's going to have the same as that method. So yeah, let's just get started. So just go create the network class. I'm going to create the network file inside of a network folder. So just right click and make sure you have the this client activated, not the server. Okay, C++ header. And I'm going to press here to get the folder so I could create the folder you want to put it in. I'm going to put it in a folder called network. Here. And then in here, I'm just going to call it network.h. Include into both builds, and then that is it. Now do the same thing, just create one called network.cpp. Okay, C++ source, C++, okay, and in the same folder in network.cpp. Okay, and again include it in both builds and finish. Okay, so now that we have that, let's just start defining the class. So I'm just gonna call the class network. In fact, furthermore, let's include something we'll need. This is the networking class. We will need Wingsock. Okay, Wingsock, and I'm just gonna include stdio because we probably will need it. I think there's a lot of printing inside the networking functions. Okay, and then because this is a networking class, a lot of these things in here will be coming from over here. So for example, most of this stuff here, the structs and the enum, this enum class right here, these can go inside the networking class. Not necessarily in the class, but the header file at least. So I want the enum class. I also want this struct resolution thing. Not that it's not too specific to the networking thing, but it's specific to our networking needs. We need the resolution, so I'm just going to store it in there. But we'll also have it available in this file because we'll be including network.h right here. So yeah, we still have it available here, but I want it to be in here. The best thing to do would probably just give this resolution thing its own file or something, but that to me it seems like a waste for this little struct. So I'm just gonna leave it here. Okay, so we have those two, and I think that's all we need inside the network.h file. So I'm just gonna get defining the class. It's just gonna be a network class. Yeah, that's what we're gonna call it, network. And as usual, I'm gonna have pretty much everything public. We want to set up certain things we had in here. So an address here. So down here we need to set up certain things. Address size. This in here we're gonna have this inside the class. Then we're gonna have a socket address in this thing right here. We're gonna have a variable of this type in here. We're gonna have a socket just for connection that will be storing this connection right here, but this is in the global scope. So yeah, we'll have a socket storing that. Then we'll store the message inside there as well. Yeah, I'm not sure we should store the message in there, but yeah, I'll store it in there for now. So let's just get started. So int address size, let's sort address in, and this is the socket address. Here, and then we just want to store socket for connection. Okay, so next we're gonna store a char pointer for our message. It's gonna be already pre-allocated 256 elements. Again, we don't want to go over that for now. You guys, if you want to, you could, but I just don't want to. And then there's gonna be oh, not char pointer, by the way, it's a char array, not char array pointer. So yeah, we are gonna also have store one for the input. I don't even know if you should store this message right here. I just want, but I'm just gonna do it like that for now. Because I think this should be on the user side of the application. Like in the world where we're designing an API or something, we don't. This is not really something that should be in there. Okay, but anyway, I'm just gonna leave it there. So there's the input message. This is when you're typing. So remember, you need to store two separate things. One for when you're typing and stuff, and then one for when you're receiving from the network. Okay, and then in here in the main CPP file, we also have bools like this bool completed and thing. We're not even gonna need this bool here when we're done, because what I plan to do is you won't need it. Okay, so the next things we need, the next important things we need, resolution. Res. This is the resolution that we'll be using. And then resolution frame res. Okay. Then you're gonna have an unsigned char pointer as usual, called frame. Okay, and then what we're gonna do here, we're gonna set up some function pointers. So they're like kind of hooks into the networking class. What I'll be doing is I'll create something called void on receive message. So it's gonna be a function pointer which the person on the front end will define. Cause then like we're kind of designing an API here. So yeah, we need to provide a way for people to hook into certain events. So on receive message, and it's gonna be void. It's gonna return nothing because it usually doesn't make sense for certain events to certain things like this to return. Okay, so on receive message, and it will take in a const char pointer, and an int, which is the size of the message. Okay, and then we're just gonna do on receive something called on receive frame. On receive frame, and it's gonna take in an unsigned char pointer, and a res instead of and a resolution. Okay, and I'm gonna show you guys how to use these. Don't worry. But I don't think you can name the variables inside here, so I'll just put a comment so we can know this is the message and this int is the size. Okay, because I could see it being confusing. You wouldn't really know what it is. And this is going to be a resolution reference just because it can be. Okay, so that's good. So next thing you want to do is define the methods. The constructor, I'm just going to define it. I don't really care about the constructor. Well, I guess we could do some stuff in there, but we could do the initialization in there, but I also like to create like a separate function just called initialize where we can initialize our things because we may not want to do anything in the constructor, and actually in this case we don't. We may just want to declare a variable of this type but not do anything with it yet, like initialization or anything. So that's why I usually always declare an empty one, and then that's why I always like I am gonna init inside. I'm gonna have a version of the constructor which can init, but I don't. I'm also gonna create a separate function which does that. Okay, so I'm gonna define another constructor here with which takes in a port, import. Well, first it's gonna take in the IP actually, the char pointer IP address, and then import. I'm not gonna define it here. And then I'm gonna have another thing called init which does the same thing, which takes in the same thing. It's gonna be void of so char IP, char pointer IP, and import. Okay, and then after init, we just wanna define connect. It's gonna return bool to let us know if it connected successfully. Okay, and this is gonna take in nothing. This will just work internally. And then we could also define certain things like something to get the connection to return this. So socket reference. So it's just going to return a socket reference, and it's going to be called get connection. Okay, I'm not going to define it in here. So that's pretty much it for all the things we want to introduce ourselves. For the most part, we'll be copying these methods in here because we're going to remove all of them from here. So let's start with get int and come right down. We want up until, yeah, we even want network thread. So all of this. And I'm not going to define the things in here. I'm not defining it. I just want to declare it. Okay, so just remove the function body definition from all of these. Okay, so I'm done. I removed the function body from all of them. But of course, I forgot to put a semicolon after all these. So yeah. Okay, so I'm done, and I'm just gonna indent these. Okay, that's it for this file. I think we have everything we want in here. So the same thing we just copy and pasted in there, we're gonna copy and paste in here. So in here, let's just include the same file we just created, network.h. Okay, and I think that's pretty much it. There's some things we're going to want to include in here. Hash include. We're going to include thread in here. Okay, and I think that's all we need for now. We already have stdio inside here. Were we using printf anywhere in here though? In fact, there's nothing defined in here, so let's just remove this from here and put it inside the CPP file. Okay, and let's just start defining things from in there now. So again, copy and paste this. You could probably even cut this. Wait, no, but I'm just going to leave it here for now. So let's just start getting to defining the actual class thing that we had. These things right here. So the constructor, the init method, and the connect method, and even the get connection method. So yeah, let's start. Don't forget you have to put the network namespace. So we're just going to copy and paste most of this thing. We're just removing the functionality from here, from in the main file to clean it up. So pretty much all of this stuff here can be copied. WSA data up until, yeah, pretty much, this is pretty much what we're going to do. Everything up to here, it's going to be in here. And everything should be fine. Let's rename some of these things. Actually, I'm just going to rename the class variable to socket address. And that should be fine. Well, no, we don't want to declare it. That is a problem, because it's already one in the class now. Okay, and this looks fine. Okay, and we already have this in the class. So now, and we already have connection in the class as well. So everything else seems fine. And as I said, I just usually like to have another version of this kind of constructor where we can init it manually at any time. So here in the init method, we're going to copy the exact same thing. Yeah, and this should be fine. And the connect function, oh yeah, let's not forget to put it in the namespace. So void network init. Okay, so network connect. Okay, and then we're just gonna define this to do the simple connection part. It's gonna be pretty simple. So let's pretty much just copy most of this. Copy this part here. Okay, and because this function is named connect, we also have to define. We have to say where this connect is coming from. We need to say it's coming from outside this scope. So pretty much just do like that. And it'll let it know to use the connect function from WSA, the Wingstop library. Okay, so it's going to get it from outside this scope. So everything here should be pretty okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna we're gonna return false. And in the case we do get true, then we're gonna get the message. So yeah, we have to define these things here now. But everything in here, I'm just looking around to see. Message is already in the class. No. We don't really want to print right here. This is where we'll call that function that the function pointer. So on receive message, first we're just gonna check to see if it's null. I should probably I think there will be initialized to null. So only F on receive message. On receive frame, then we're gonna call it with message. The data size variable is not going to be available right here, so you might have to call this inside get message itself. Anyway, no big deal. And then data size. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to call this inside the thing. So let me just move it from here. Inside get data. Right here on receive message is a good place to call that. This looks good. Data size as this. Message as this. So we shouldn't have any problem. Okay, so there's certain things that we won't really be doing anymore. We won't really be taking in a message to use right here. This is just going to use message directly. Let's just start from the first function, data, get int, data size. So yeah, this can be pretty much left like how it is. Nothing to change here. Next. This will not, as I said, this won't be taking any message anymore because we already have one in the class. Okay, and everything else should be good here. So we're just gonna call this on receive frame thing if everything goes okay. If this doesn't return. Okay. So in get frame, this should probably be fine. We have we have this in the class, so we don't have to worry. And as I said, we don't really need this completed variable anymore because we have the on receive frame listener. So right after we are done here, I mean we could do it right here, but we don't really have to. So yeah, I'm just going to return successfully from here. No, I am gonna do it here because why not? So the F on receive frame. Call it here when there's no suggestions. Oh yeah, we have to add it to the network scope. So don't forget to do that. So network. Oh yeah, let's define this thing right here real quick before I forget. So this is just to get the connection, literally just return connection. Okay. Don't forget to put these in the networking scope. So just put networks before all of these. Network colon colon. Okay, and in here we should be getting the suggestions now. On receive frame, F on receive frame, then we're just going to call it with the arguments you're supposed to pass. So on receive frame with frame and the resolution, which is being stored in the class node, just call res. Okay. Alright guys, so here I am back again at the same point, literally days later, like this is like 7 days later or something. I find it hard to get the time to continue with this, but hopefully I get it finished by today. So we left off here on receive frame, and let's just continue from here what we were doing. Remember, we have to put network before all of these things, before all of the names. So you have to put them in network namespace. So I'll just do that quickly. And I'm probably going to skip out this part. Okay, so you got network before everything up till network thread. This is where we left off. This is where I copied that to and pasted. So this looks good. So all we have to do now is replace the calls in the main function. Let's just save here. And in fact, we were changing up some things because there are some things we have to change up. We left off at get frame. So everything here is probably correct. Get message type. Yeah, we could leave this because we're not storing a message type inside the class, so that'll be fine. Get frame resolution. There's a resolution being stored in the class. We actually don't need to store two resolutions in here. Now that I think about it, because there's only gonna be the frame res will be handled inside the thing. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna store two of those. Oh yeah, guys, I'm sorry about that. So we will be storing both a res and a frame res. This is the frame res is the one we'll be using when we're sending out. When we're sending the frame, and when we're getting the frame, this is what we'll be using the normal res, getting the frame resolution. So yeah, we need two resolutions in here. So yeah, other than that, everything looks good. So let's just go back to here, get frame resolution. We'll be using res. Yeah, we have res here directly. And send in, which is just send size, really. Yeah, everything here looks fine. And about data size, yeah, we'll pass that in normally. Okay, send message type. That is okay as well. Nothing really spectacular there. Send frame resolution. Well, we might use the thing. Frame resolution, we might use the frame res. Let's just leave it like this for now. We'll just pass in frame res right here. And then in send data, it's gonna take any message we want to send. Although it doesn't have to since we have a message in the class. But for right now, I just want to get this up and working. And then we have send frame, which is gonna take in these things right here. So yeah, that's fine. Network process message, yeah, we have those in there as well. We're gonna leave this exactly like this. Although we may not have to, I don't think we have to do this thing, we don't have to declare the message here anymore. So yeah, we won't be declaring the message thing here anymore. So that's why it will still be the internal variables, even though we're still passing them. We don't really have to pass them, but yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So get message, I can't remember if this still takes the thing. Get data doesn't take anything anymore, so let's just remove the thing from there. Okay, and get frame resolution, get frame, both of those are fine. The input thread, that could just stay exactly the way it is right now. So yeah. And network thread, also pretty much the same. Yeah, so that's looking good. So now I think we're done with the network files, and now we just have to go to the main file and replace some of those things. So the first thing we want to do inside main.cpp is just declare a variable of type network. So we'll do it right here, network. And right now I'm not really focusing on removing, because we probably don't need this, but I'm not going to remove it yet. I'm not really focusing on that right now. So I'm just going to declare a variable of type network, and we don't want to And remember, this is what I was talking about when I said I'd like to keep a constructor, empty constructor, and one that can do the initialization as well. Because I don't want to do anything right now. I'm just going to declare a network, a variable of the type network. We're going to define, right below here, we're going to define a function called onReceiveFrame. It doesn't have to be called that, but that's what I want to call it because that's what it's called in the class. So on receive, let's spell receive correctly. On receive message, let's do that first. Okay. And the message is passed a char pointer called message. We can call it, I'll call it sent message, just the or received the message. Yeah, that's probably the best thing to do so we don't conflict. And it takes in the message size, the size of the string. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And in here, all we want to do is print f. We're just going to print f. Someone said. That's what we've been doing before. And let's not forget the new line as well. So yeah, that's it for this. That's pretty much all you want to do in onReceive message. And then here in void onReceive frame, we're gonna this one takes in an unsigned char pointer, and it's gonna be called frame. I'm gonna call it received frame because as you can see it was already conflicting with something that was already there. And resolution, it takes in a resolution reference. Received, I'm just gonna call it received as well. So everything that comes in through these functions, I'm gonna call them received. So receive res, and we can go from there. This one is going to be pretty simple. I'm just gonna set res to send, because remember we have a res in here. Although we don't have to do this. Ideally, what we would do is we would take all of this code right here that's inside this completed thing and just do it inside there. But I'm just only gonna set the frame and the resolution for now inside here. So all I'm gonna do is set res equal to receive res. It's up to you guys to clean this up how you want. You don't have to wait for me to do it because honestly I may never do it. And then frame is going to be same frame, just without going a new line. Frame is going to be equal to receive frame. Okay, and that looks good. So, and then here in the right above here, we can set certain things about the network. First thing we want to do with the network is set the same onReceive message and onReceive frame. So onReceive message, not call it, we're going to set it equal to onReceive message. Okay, and we're going to do basically the same thing for onReceive frame. We want to set them early on out here because we can. Okay, so onReceive frame before the parentheses, and then just set it to onReceive frame. Okay, so that's good. And then instead of all this stuff here with WSA data up to connect, we just want to do network.init. Okay, and we're going to pass the IP. What was the variable we are using to store that again? So localhost, yeah, we're storing it inside localhost. And the port was inside the macro call port. So that's fine. And then we want to replace this connect part right here with network.connect. and we're just, since connect returns something, we're just going to check if it connects successfully. And if it doesn't, well, we're just going to print f something. Well, we only want to check if it doesn't, so let's just put f not network.connect. Then print f failed to connect. Failed to connect to server. Okay, new line, very important, and that's basically it. Everything else could kind of stay the same. The only difference will be, again, oh yeah, one more thing we have to do is remember when we press space is when we want to send the frame. So in here, instead of doing this, we're just going to do network.sendFrame. And I don't think we need to do anything else there. So yeah, I think that's all we needed to do. Change this part. Oh yeah, and completed. Yeah, we are still going to use it for now, but you guys could stop using this if you want to, but you know, just as I said, do the updating of the texture inside on receive frame as well. But I don't know why I just don't feel like doing it yet. So we're going to set completed to true, and they could do whatever they want from there. Because remember, you're the one defining on receive frame. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We can pretty much just delete all of this code right here. In fact, that's probably best to do to make sure we're not using it anywhere. So starting from network thread, going straight up, I'm just going to delete everything here up till get in. And we also want to remove the socket as well as the enum class. And yeah, I think that's it. And message as well. I'm not sure if I should delete this because we may still be using this somewhere. Let's see. So it doesn't look like I'm using it anywhere, so I'm just going to delete it, but hopefully nothing that doesn't cause anything. So now our main function looks a little decent again, although still not the best. So yeah, this looks fine for now. So let's just try to compile first and see what happens. And I have the client project selected still, localhost. This is supposed to use IP, and this is supposed to be common port. And we probably have the same error in the same error down here. IP, and then port spelled with common letters. Okay, so let's see. And of course, we don't have the macro IPv4, but yeah, we have to move. We should also move that from out there because those are specific to the networking. So two of these should be moved. Well, no, not. Well, yeah, only this one, I think. This is specific to the network, and these are things that the user will define themselves, like which port they want to connect to and whatnot. So yeah, that is a good default. Let's define them in the CPP file because I don't want multiple definitions going around causing errors or something. Let's see. Okay, and probably something in here. Get data doesn't take in anything anymore. And I don't know if I changed the definition for any other thing, for any other. So let's just compile and see. Get message again doesn't take in this anymore. Completed doesn't get thing here anymore. Oh, this is where we call the thread inside of connect. So when you're using threads within a class, you have to pass appointed to the class itself, so just this will be fine. Okay, and that will should fix that. Our network was not declared in this. I don't think we included network yet, so let's just include network, the one we just created. So network slash network.h, and now we should be completely fine. Of course, but of course we aren't. We don't want to declare struct out here anymore, or even define it here. And something's still wrong. And this should be const as well. Well, it doesn't have to be, but we'll make it const. And we still have some warning here, but let's see what this is about. So let's just make this const char just to shut up the compiler. Okay. Whoa. Okay, and also down here. And some function isn't returning, so let's go check that out. So yeah, here we should definitely return true when it does connect. Okay, and last and finally, that's what does everything. Yep, and that's everything. But now to make sure it works, which is even more important. So what we'll do, we'll just spin up the server, activate the server, and then I'll just open up my file explorer and find the thing. Okay, so here in the project directory in the where the executable is stored, I'm just gonna run 2 instances of these, see if they're working. Okay, so it at least opened successfully, and it got the message from the server as well. So yeah, so that's already a good sign. So I'm just gonna make this smaller so we can fit another one. Okay, let's put this over here. And I'm just gonna test the sending the picture. I don't really care about the other thing. So I'm clicking on this one here on the left, and I'm gonna press space. Okay, and it's sending. I think it just sent a little slow or something because it didn't get the full thing. I'm gonna send it from this one to the other one. Okay, and this one got the full picture. I don't know what's going on here with this other one. I'm gonna try to send it again from this one. Okay, so not sure what's going on here. Again, my computer is kind of shitty, so it could just be running kind of slow right now because they have the screen recording and other stuff running, and I haven't restarted this in a while. Which of course Windows just starts to get pretty bogged down when you don't restart it. Okay, not sure. I'll try to run it again though. So let's run the server again. And it's also running in debug mode as well, so well, it's debug build, not debug mode. So let's just try that one more time with both of them. And let's just close all these other things, they're distracting. Okay, so I'm gonna click on this one and send it from over here on the left. And of course Windows just being shitty just thought it was from the other one. Okay, so I just tried again and it sent successfully. So I don't know what happened the first time, but it seems to be working now. So the major thing we did was we kind of created this event hut right here on receive frame and on receive message. These are what I would consider the two big things we did. Because most of the other stuff was just moving it from this file to the other one. But yeah, I think this is pretty good at this stage. Just most of this code here is for the just for showcasing what it can do, but a lot of this for what we actually for what I was planning to create at first, like sending images from a camera or streaming a video. Most of this wouldn't be necessary, so we could clean this up even further. But I think this is good. Like I mean, things like loading the image with STBI and all that kind of stuff. That is just to showcase, and this stuff right here is pressing space and sending a frame. That is just to showcase the thing. But yeah, we could clean this up even further. And as I said, a lot of things could also be cleaned up. Like we could do the updating of the frame inside of the receive frame thing, and then you wouldn't need to have this completed boolean right here. But those are things that I could do later. Next thing I want to do is get images coming from a camera or a camera device. So yeah, that is the next thing I want to do with this, and that's been able to really feel like really complete with what I set out to do, which would be kind of a Skype clone. But yeah, I've been having a hard time finding the time to do this, so that's why. But yeah, I think I'll just try to put in a couple more hours and I figure out how to interface with the camera from C++ and to do that. So yeah. So in the next video, that's what I should be doing in the next video. So see you guys then.